or welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you like the method I teach at Max, remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. I'm still doing Form 4 Chapter 1 Function 1.2 Composite Function. So for you to fully understand my class today, my video today, you must watch back the previous video. Okay, I will put on the description below or the comment below. So let's get started. So before I start, I'm covering the hardest part, which is also the weakest part of student in this particular chapter. So for you to understand what I'm going to say today, I'm going to revise back the previous video. So let's look. fx, let's say, is 2x plus 1. I simply give you an example. So let's say gx is 5 minus 3x. So let's say the question want to find g of x. So guys, this is what you learned in the previous video where they give you a single function, two single function. They're asking for composite function. So isn't it all you need to do is just combine these two single together, then you should get the composite function. So based on my previous video, this is how I teach you. So first, g of x. When you want to find it, your first step, you will split them. Why you will split them? Because they will actually cross one by one. So after you split them, isn't it always start from the inside part, where the inside part called fx, and based on the top, I know fx is actually 2x plus 1. So I can straight away copy in, isn't it 2x plus 1? Don't ask me where the fx go, okay? The whole fx already become 2x plus 1. So I already sub it in. So after this, how do I continue? Please don't tell me you want to expand it. Function is not for you to expand because they are not a times relation. So if you cannot times n, then how do you guys do it? Based on my previous video, don't know where I should point. Based on my previous video, my inside part always represent alphabet x. So isn't it outside is g? So isn't it then the full of this we will actually call it gx, which is the one in blue. So gx equation, isn't it, is 5 minus 3x. I need to purposely emphasize this again, just in case you didn't view my previous video. So guys, don't ask me, teacher, where the g go to. The whole gx is actually 5 minus 3x. So the moment I write 5 minus 3x, it already represents gx. But the problem is it correct I write like that? No. Why no? Because do you realize that now the x is not x anymore. Now your questions, the x already become 2x plus 1. So I will take the eraser. I will take an eraser. I will erase off the x because based on the top, I know that the x should become 2x plus 1. So therefore, the x here, I will also change it to 2x plus 1 instead. You will always follow whatever object they write on top. This is some basic in composite function. So after this, isn't it all you need to do is expand it. Negative 3 times 2x, negative 6x, negative 3 times 1, negative 3. 5 minus 3, I get 2. I got it. That is my gfx answer. Correct? So guys, this is the most basic thing about composite function, which exactly what I covered on the previous video. But now, let me show you the main of today. So let's say now, I give you another example. gfx, now they give you. So fx, now they're asking. And gx, they still provide. I hope you realize on this second example, what is the difference? So let me briefly talk through it. Do you realize on the first example, they give you single function, they will ask for the double one. So you just need to combine them, you will get the answer. But this time round, they give you the double one and reverse ask back the single one. So when they give you double, which is the whole thing, and they ask back one of the single, how do you guys do it? So got two ways to do it, okay? So I actually created a slogan, okay, for you to solve these kind of questions. So please remember, whenever they give you double, ask back the single, okay? I always call these kind of questions feast foil. Slightly weird, I know, but patiently wait for me to explain it, okay? So feast actually stand for find inside substitute. Substitute lah. Foil stand for find outside inverse. Guys, trust me, just learning it by using these two slogan, you will totally know what I can do next. At least you have an idea. So feast and foil, okay, they might come out both in the exam, But fees based on difficulties level is just 1 star. Void will be harder, so I'll put 3 star. Because fees is find inside, you're gonna just sub. But void, you need to do inverse. So that's also the reason why I come out 1.3 video first before I come out this 1.2. How do I do inverse? Based on my method. Hope you view that. Based on my method, inverse always using let y. And do you remember the slogan I use for inverse as well? Which is start from single y. Okay? End with single x. For those who are new, never hear this before, never mind. Let me show you. Very, very doable, okay? So guys, let's come to this one. So now, when I look at this second example, is this a fees or void? So guys, these questions, they want to find fx. So isn't it fx when 2% together, isn't it fx located here? So this part look like inside or outside? I think all of you can relate. It look like inside. How I know they look like inside? Because quite obvious, G is the outside person, F is the inside person. Can you see that? So isn't it now they'll find the inside one? So inside, isn't it this will be a find inside substitute question. So I realized this is a fees question. So guys, how do I do fees question? I try to make it super easy, so try to listen to me, okay? So guys, no matter to find inside or outside, you know that definitely because you have 2%, only you have inside outside differences, correct? So no matter they will find inside or outside, forever start from the 2% name, where in this situation, quite obvious is GFX. This is when both together, correct? What's your first step of normally doing it? Isn't it you always separate it? I hope you realize the one I write here and the one I write before this exactly is the same. Because to make your life easier, I created the first step, everyone same, okay? So next, how do I continue to? So look back your previously when whatever you did. So left side, why you never write anything when you're doing that? Because the GFX for the first example is question marks. Who will actually write question marks on the left side, correct? So that's the reason always your left side, you will just leave it blank. But for now, my left hand side called GFX. And this time round, do I have the GFX? Yes. Let me put in purple color. So isn't it left side, you won't leave it blank like just now. Instead of leave it blank, you will actually write 2 minus 6x based on the top example, based on the top questions, correct? So I just sub it in. You see, very, very understandable. I just copy from the top. How about right side? So based on what I taught you just now, you will always do inside one. So inside called fx. So I look to the top, I realize my fx is question marks. Do you think you will sub a question marks inside? No. So guys, inside, no, I don't want to sub, but I cannot sub because I don't even have fx. But life go on, right? So inside, if cannot sub, never mind. We do the outside part. How do I do the outside part? So I repeat again. Can you open bracket? No. Then isn't it no matter how complicated inside is, they are always alphabet X. And outside, isn't it, we call it G. So do you realize this is actually unique GX equation? And do I have GX equation on top? Yes, the one in blue. Isn't it GX equation will be 5 minus 3x then? Correct? Don't ask me why, I just copy from the top, correct? So I repeat again. Is it correct if I write like that? No. Why? Because if they write GX, you can copy the GX. But now they actually didn't write GX, they write GFX. So isn't it the X now become FX? So again, I'll take my eraser. I erase off the X. And isn't it the X will become FX instead? So always remember, your X must always follow whatever they write inside the bracket. So isn't it now my X will become FX. So guys, once I do like that, I already done all the fees. Fees isn't it stand for find inside substitute. Do you realize under the whole line, I just using substitution. I didn't even do something special. So once you're done substitute, the rest is so easy. It's just mathematics. So guys, first I'll move the number over because I will write FX answer. So plus 5, move it over, become minus 5. So 2 minus 5, isn't it negative 3 minus 6x. So next, I will move away the negative 3. So times negative 3, move it over, isn't it become divide by negative 3. So I hope you guys know the basic of divide by negative 3. That means the front divide or the back divide, both divide by negative 3. So negative 3 divided by negative 3, positive 1. Negative 6 divided by negative 3, negative, negative, positive. 6 divided by 3, isn't it 2x? ta-da! I got it. My fx answer is actually 1 plus 2. And on this magical moment, I just want to show you. My fx, I get 1 plus 2x, or 2x plus 1 is the same thing. You know sequence doesn't really matter. Who right in front, who right at the back is exactly the same thing, correct? Most important, do you realize I exactly get back the one I stated on the starting? So I just try to show you that my method really can get back the answer. So let's continue do another one. So let's say now for this situation, they give you g of x is 2 minus 6x. Gx, now they're asking. And fx, they give me. So do you realize it's almost the same because I just keep using back the same example, okay? So I'm keep using back the same example, but how do I do this one? So again, instead of giving single, ask for double. They give me double and ask back the single. So whenever they give me double, ask back the single, isn't it based on what I taught you? Is feast void question. So this one is feast or void. So this question want to find G. I realize G located here. I think no need any explanation. G seems like it's outside. Correct? Because F is inside, G is outside. So now you know you want to find G. So that means you want to find the outside one. So you want to find the outside one, isn't it? This is a void question. Void, I repeat, yeah, stand for find outside inverse, okay? Void is actually slightly harder. So please pay attention on me. So guys, how do I do this one? So I repeat, no matter they find inside or outside, you know it's definitely because they have two person, only they have inside outside differences. So we always start from the two person name, where for this situation is gfx. Let me write lower a bit. Sorry. So gfx. So always composite function. What is your first step? Isn't it, you guys will split them. Correct? So guys, I hope you know, no matter they give you single, ask for double, give you double, ask for single, do you realize I design until all the first step look the same? So please don't be panicked, then definitely you guys will know how to start. Once you know the starting, then definitely doing it, I don't think it's a problem. So let's look at this. So the left hand side called gfx. So now, do they provide me gfx? Yes, isn't it the one in purple? Isn't it I can write 2 minus 6x straight away on the left hand side? How about the right hand side? Based on what we did for composite function, we will always start from inside. And inside called what? Inside called fx. So this time round, these particular questions, do they provide me fx this time? Yes, isn't it fx exactly provided here, which is 2x plus 1. Can you guys see that? You see nothing fancy, I just copy it from the top. Saw that? So guys, once I sub it in, then usually until this moment, how do we continue? Isn't it usually until here? Don't tell me open bracket. I repeat, they are not times relations, they are function. So how do I do function? So guys, isn't it no matter how complicated inside is, they are always alphabet X. And outside, isn't it called G? So now I know this one is actually GX equation. And based on the top questions, do they provide me the GX equation? No, it's a question marks. Who will actually write question marks, right? So guys, for now, I don't want to opt in the 2x plus 1 or sub in. I cannot sub because I don't even have GX equation. Obviously, that's definitely makes sense because that means they give you the inside, ask for the outside, correct? That's exactly what they want to ask. So how do I do it then? So I repeat, yeah, I make it this big. So I repeat, I cannot expand because they are not times. I cannot sub in because I don't have it. I cannot move it over because they are not times divide relation. It's not like times move it over become divide. So isn't you stuck here? So void questions, you will always stuck on this point of time. And when you stuck here, please don't forget the slogan I just taught you, which is void. I repeat, void stands for what? Find outside inverse, correct? So guys, based on what I taught you, inverse isn't it using let y. So you must always have the side working for the let y part, okay? So guys, we will let y equals to 2x plus 1. You will always let y to replace the one that made you stuck, which is quite obvious, 2x plus 1 now. For your better understanding, I put color for you. 2x plus 1, isn't it become y? Saw it? Isn't it the orange color one? So how do we do inverse based on what I taught you? This is the slogan. Start from single y, end with single x. So do you guys realize I already have a single y as the starting? I'm going to end with a single x. So how do I end with single x? Plus 1, move it over, minus 1. Saw it? Times 2, move it over, isn't it divide by 2? I got it. Do you realize I exactly end with single x, correct? Then what's the purpose of doing it? Let me show you. So guys, now my 2x plus 1 become y. Then I'm going to continue here, correct? So many students on the left side, they will just copy back 2 minus 6x. Do you think possible just copy back the same thing? No. Why no? Because based on your common sense, isn't it right side you change, left side, supposedly you should change it as well. Then my left hand side, what should I change it to? So a lot of students, they will change the x become y. And again, I don't understand why you guys would just change the x become y. Guys, I didn't change the x become y. I'm changing this whole long particular equation become a single y. So as a return, my x shouldn't just change to y. My x will actually change to what? Don't know, never mind. Because you already did your working on the right hand side. So refer to the right side. Do you realize when y become 2x plus 1, the orange color one, then the x, isn't it, should become y minus 1 over 2 to replace back. So this particular x, they will become y minus 1 over 2. Can you totally understand me? I make it bigger a bit. So guys, these 4 equations, okay, always you have the side working. So when you have the side working, so remember the orange color one, the top one, you will just change for one side. The bottom one, then you will change for another side. This is exactly how you guys gonna do it. So now, let me continue do for you. And once you sub in, definitely you guys can do it already, my dear. Very, very doable. So gy, what is my gy answer now? 6 and 2 can cut, left 3 here. Negative 3 times y, negative 3y. Negative 3 times negative 1, positive 3. 2 plus 3 become 5. Isn't it? This is my gy answer. But it should... Sorry, my phone suddenly out of battery just now. So let's continue. So isn't it then you guys will get gy equals to 5 minus 3y. But this question never asking gy. They actually asking gx. So how do I get gx answer? So instead of alphabet y, I will change all the alphabet y to x instead. Isn't it just like that? Then I will get my gx answer. Most important. Do you realize the gx I get is 5 minus 3x? So, is it exactly the same as whatever they stated at the beginning? Yes. Again, I just want to prove to you that using my method, you will definitely get back the same answer. You will get back the correct answer. So with that, I really hope you understand, but I believe that practice will make everything understand better. So I give you 2 questions now. So let's again start from question 1. So guys, they give you fx equation is here, fgx is here, and this question want to find gx. So do they give you single, ask for double? No. Instead of that, they give me double right after find back the single. I repeat, double find back the single is always under this point based on what I teach, right? So isn't it now they're going to find g? Do you guys realize g located here? So this g seems like it is inside. Correct? So you know this is a fees question, which is find inside substitute. Please understand, fees question is seriously very, very easy. All I need to do is just using substitution. So let me show you how to do. So I repeat again, no matter find inside or outside, definitely because you have 2 person. So let's start from the 2 person name, fgx. What's your first step when you do composite function? Isn't it you will split them? So let's again try to sub whatever I have now. So the first one called fgx, and I realize fgx is the one in purple. So isn't it 2x plus 5 over x minus 2? Equivalent to, how about the right hand side? Right hand side, usually you will sub the inside part first, which we call it gx now. But the problem is, do I have the gx equation now? No, it's a question mark. So I will skip that because I don't have the inside part. So inside part cannot sub, never mind, life go on, right? We do the outside part. How do I do the outside part? Isn't it the inside, always we call it alphabet x. Outside, isn't it f? So in full, we will call it fx. And fx equation is which one? Isn't it fx equation is the one in yellow? So I realize fx equation is 3x plus 2. So let me write for you guys, 3x plus 2. Can you guys see that? Is it correct or wrong if I write like that? No. Which part I made mistake? I repeat again. If they, wrong pen. If they give you fx, you can exactly copy 3x plus 2. But now quite obvious, the x is not x anymore based on what they stated here. Isn't it the x will be gx? So that's the reason I will take an eraser. I will erase off the x. Isn't it the x will actually replace by gx? Because based on the top bracket, they write gx, you should write gx as well, correct? So exactly until here. Like that, you already done fees, which is find inside, substitute. All you need to do is just substitute. Start from now onwards, it's all mathematics. So how do you guys get your gx answer? Start to move things over. So plus 2, move it over, become minus 2. Don't tell me just the top part minus 2. You should know it's the whole thing minus 2. Correct? Then, how fraction and non-fraction combine them together? Please don't stop there, yeah? So let's talk back about your mathematics basic. Last time, in maths, lower form or primary school, 1 over 2 plus 3 that time, do you have calculator to press? No. Then how do you guys do? Isn't it you will always change them, become same denominator? So this 3, nothing at the bottom, isn't it 1? 1 and 2, how to become same? The 1, isn't it, you guys can times 2. Bottom times 2, top also times 2. Isn't it in that way, all of their denominator will be 2. So the starting part is 1. How about the back part? 2 times 3, 6. Isn't it? Then I will get the answer of 7 over 2. Hopefully you guys understand this concept. Let's come back to this. So now I know the 2, nothing bottom, 1. So I repeat again, just try to make them same denominator. So the 1, nothing at the bottom is x minus 2. Bottom x minus 2, the top will be times x minus 2 also. So they can be the same later, so that I can write them together. That is the reason why I do that. Can you see that? So the front part, I have 2x plus 5. How about the back one? I will times in negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2, isn't it positive 4? Hopefully you guys understand until here. Just doing mathematics. So 2x minus 2x, no more. Isn't it 4 plus 5 plus 4 is 9. Isn't it? This is what I get so far. But this again is not your final answer yet, because you're not finding 3gx, you are finding gx instead. So isn't it next, you guys will continue move the 3 over. So times 3, move it over, divide by 3. So a lot of students, they will write like that, divide by 3. I scared you guys make mistake, I'll put a bracket for that. So guys, they are actually way too high. How do I shorten it? I always tell my student, change this divide. Let me put color for you. Change this divide to a primary school divide. I really love this primary school divide that you learn in primary school, okay? Isn't it? All of you understand this. Where this primary school divide can become times, as long as the behind part, I flip them upside down. So this 3, nothing at the bottom, over 1. So 3 over 1, flip, isn't it 1 over 3 instead, equals to gx. So now all I need to do is divide off. 9 and 3 cut, left 3. Isn't it 3 over x minus 2 equals to gx? Just like that, I got my answer. This is how I do this question. Guys, please don't stop your answer here. Why you won't stop your answer here? Again, I want to promote my video, my dear. I'm not promoting my video, but you really need to know all the basic for you to survive here. Why you cannot stop here, guys? Because whenever you have a denominator, okay, and your denominator got unknown inside, that means they might have possibility that they will be max error. And whenever the denominator got alphabet x or any unknown, based on the questions, usually it's x, then you need to write comma, x not equals to. So x cannot be 1. So please remember, for you to have max error, the bottom, if the bottom becomes 0, then you will have max error. So to avoid that, your bottom cannot be 0. So if x minus 2 cannot be 0, so x cannot be minus 2, move it over, plus 2. I realize x cannot be 2. You must write this for you to get full marks in the exam. So please remember to write that, and the bottom no need to write because it's just a working part, okay? So this is exactly how we get the answer for this question 1. So let's look at question 2 now, which is also the last one for today. So again, they give me fx equation. They give me gfx. I straight away come out all the hard one, okay? So guys, how do I do it? Again, instead of give you single, ask for double. They give me double and ask back the single. Isn't it, you know, they give you double, ask back, reverse find back the single is fifth point question. So now you'll find G. I realize the G located here. So isn't it this one quite obvious, look like the outside? Correct? So I hope you guys realize this is a... Okay, I shouldn't write here. This is a void questions. Can I repeat? Void stands for what? Find outside inverse. Inverse, that means later on you're going to do the working of let y. And I repeat again the slogan, start from single y and with single x. Let's get started. So no matter you find inside or outside, forever you have 2%. That's why you have inside, outside. So guys, I will start from gfx because there's a 2% name. Composite function, isn't it first step, always you split them. Okay, you can see that? Right after you guys split them, I will sub whatever I have now. So gfx will be the one in purple, isn't it? 9x squared plus 9x plus 2 for the left hand side. How about the right hand side? Right hand side, same thing. We will always sub the inside part first. The inside part called fx. Do I have the fx equation up here? Yes. So I will sub it in. My fx, isn't it, become 3x plus 2. Saw it? Will I stop here? No. Why I won't, my dear? Because obviously you're going to continue until you get the answer. So can I open bracket? No, I already say that. So you cannot open bracket because they are a function instead of like a times relation. So no matter how complicated inside is, I already say they are always your object, which represented by alphabet X. And outside, isn't it G? So I just need to sub 3x plus 2 inside my gx equation. But the problem is, do this question give me gx equation? No, it's a question mark, which is exactly what I want to find out. So I don't have it. So I cannot sub. So no, I don't want to do, I cannot sub, okay? So I repeat, I cannot expand because they are not times relation. I cannot sub because I don't have gx equation. I cannot move it around because they are not times relation, not like times you can move it around, divide. So isn't it you stuck here? So I repeat again, void question, you always stuck on one point of time. And please remember, void stands for find outside inverse. And inverse, isn't it, using let y. Can you see my side working? Always have this side working for void questions. So guys, I will let y replace the one that who are stuck there, which is quite obvious, the 3x plus 2. So do you realize the 3x plus 2 become y instead? Let me put orange color again for you for your better understanding. So I repeat again about this let y concept. We're gonna do inverse. But remember the slogan, start from single y, end with single x. So I'm gonna start from single y, I'm gonna end with single x. So plus 2, move it over, minus 2. Times 3, move it over, divide by 3. I got it. That is my single x. So guys, once everything ready, let's do it. So I repeat, the left hand side, what will you write? Will the left hand side, you just copy back the same thing? No. Because the right side changed, the left side must change also, right? Then the left hand side should change to what? Don't simply use your imagination to sub in. The left hand side will change to what? It totally depends on your side working. So go to your side working. Do you realize the green color one? X is actually y minus 2 over 3. So 9, the x. Okay, I shouldn't write. I think it's not enough space. I'm gonna write more left side a bit. So isn't it the x will actually become y minus 2 over 3 squared plus 9. Don't write 9x, okay? Every single x you see here should become y minus 2 over 3 and then plus 2. See, I didn't create it. Every single green color one, I will change it based on my working at the side. Understand it, my dear? So void question, exactly, just need to do inverse, have the side working, start from single y, end with single x, and then everything, sub it in. And once you sub it in, the rest is just mathematics. So I want to find gy now, so how do I get it? A lot of students, they will start to cut it off. I hope you didn't do that because you have a power. I repeat again, power always comes first. So let's do the power first. So the square is for the top or for the bottom? For both, isn't it? Is the top being square? Also the bottom being square. I do very slow already. I hope you guys understand the math part. So 9 and 3, you guys cut it off. I left a 3 here. So 3 times y, 3y. 3 times negative 2, negative 6. Isn't it plus 2? Okay? So guys, 9. Let me continue the top part here. Y minus 2 square. Isn't it double of the same bracket? 3 square, 9. Isn't it the behind part still the same? And negative 6 plus 2, isn't it negative 4, equals to gy. Okay, I just try to shorten it. So continue, 9 and 9 cut. Whoa, 9 also disappeared. Now why I can cut? Because I don't have any power here, obviously I can set it off. So y times y, y square. Y times negative 2, negative 2y. Negative 2 times y, negative 2y as well. Negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Isn't it? This is what I get for gy so far. I hope you understand all the process because I'm just doing maths. So y squared, that is the only y squared I can see. Quite obvious, it will stay. Negative 2y minus 2y, negative 4y. Negative 4 plus 3, negative 1y. Not too sure, can press calculator. 4 minus 4 will be 0. Isn't it just like that? I got my gy answer. But this question actually asking gx. So instead of alphabet y, all of them, I change it to alphabet x. And just like that, isn't it? I got the answer. Hopefully, after this video, you will totally remember how to do whenever they give you double functions and then find back the single one. So see you on the next one. Just like that for today. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye. 안녕.